Welcome back. Today we are going to understand programming models in algorithms. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple with real life examples and also connect them with technical cases. First is sequential model. In the sequential model, instructions are executed one after another. Think of a chef cooking a dish alone. First chop veggies, then heat oil, then add spices. Each step must finish before the next starts. Technically, this is like running your code on a single CPU core, executing line by line without parallelism. Second is parallel model. In the parallel model, multiple tasks happen at the same time. Imagine three chefs working in the kitchen. One chops veggies, one makes the curry, and another prepares dessert. Technically, this is like running an algorithm across multiple CPU cores. For example, matrix multiplication using multiple threads. Third is distributed model. In the distributed model, tasks are divided across different computers. Think of food delivery startups. One kitchen is in Pune, another in Mumbai, and another in Delhi. Each kitchen prepares food for their area. Together, they serve the whole country. Technically, this is like Hadoop MapReduce, where huge data is split across many servers, each solving a small part. Fourth is parallel random access machine. In the PRAM model, we assume that many processors can work together and all of them can use the same shared memory at the same time. Think of students in a library, all reading and writing from the same whiteboard. In real life, computers don't work exactly like this because it's very difficult to let everyone write at the same time without conflicts. But PRAM is a theoretical model that helps us design and test parallel algorithms easily before worrying about real world hardware limits. Technical angle simple. PRAM is equal to parallel random access machine. Assumption. Any number of processors can access memory simultaneously, no delay. Use to study speed up, efficiency, and parallel complexity of algorithms in theory. Not practical in real machines, but good for learning and designing algorithms first. Fifth is data flow model. In the data flow model, execution is driven by the availability of data. Imagine a factory assembly line. The moment raw materials arrive at a station, the work begins. Technically, languages like TensorFlow and data pipelines work on this principle, where operations start as soon as data flows in. So, in the data flow model, program execution is controlled by data availability, not a step-by-step order like in normal programs. Each operation starts as soon as the required input data is available. Think of it as a graph of operations where data flows between nodes. Technical example: TensorFlow ML library. Operations like matrix multiplication, addition, activation functions are connected in a graph. Each operation starts as soon as its inputs arrive. Data pipelines, ETL jobs. When a file arrives, the read operation starts. Then its output flows into transform, then load. Sixth is shared memory model. In the shared memory model, multiple processors share the same memory. It's like roommates sharing the same fridge. Anyone can take food or put food inside. But if two people grab the same item at the same time, conflicts happen. Technically, this is how multi-threaded programs work. With challenges like race conditions, if two threads change the same variable at once, the result becomes unpredictable. So, programming models give us different ways to think about how algorithms run: sequentially, in parallel, distributed, data driven, or memory shared. Understanding them helps us choose the right design for solving real problems efficiently.